Hi everyone, I'm Any New Province and I just finished up the league with Mad Stompy, which I figured out is actually a bit of sweet retro tech instead of a new deck, but still, you can kill whatever opponent you want with a 3x ground swollen Nettle Sentinel in whatever match you want by clicking on the timestamp in the description down below. While you're down there, if you wouldn't mind liking the video and subscribing to the channel, I'd seriously appreciate it. It's a great way to let me know you've enjoyed everything, and it really encourages me to keep making great Pauper content. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the league. This is a really good opener. Really good opener. So turn 1, Young Wolf. Turn 2, Ranker up the Young Wolf. Get in, play Pit Skulk. And then we have Querying Ranger or Kicked Vines to just like win the game on the next turn. This is an awesome hand. All right, we're playing against Frusile, brewer of the red-green slivers list. And also just a generally good Magic player. I think they started making YouTube content as well, but they've been known. I think they're on Monarch in the challenge, and I think that they were on Bone Splitters Spicy. So we'll play Young Wolf and pass the turn. If they're on Scred Delver and they leave up, ooh, what's this? Brainstorms. Okay, cool. So if they're on, you found a Soul Sista. They're on Blue Black Delver this week. Okay, so we can expect Blue Black Delver then. Sorry, had the police going by. Bloodseeker. I'm gonna give that a quick look up if you want to card it in the chat for everybody else. That sounds familiar. Oh yeah, kind of, eh? This hand is yummy. I like this hand a lot. So hopefully our opponent does have the days. Okay, but that's kind of all right. That's all right. So you can play out Querying Ranger with Ranker next turn and then hope to do like a Pit Skulk Bone Splitter type thing next turn. Delver's not very scary. It looks like our opponent's on 1 land. That's kind of nice. I don't think we run out Pit Skulk here. Or maybe we do. Because we can always put a Ranker on Pit Skulk. All right, so let's try to bait with Querying Ranger, just in case they do have days. Or I guess we could have snuck Pit Skulk through days, if that was the case. Try to run out Pit Skulk. That could have been a misplay there, but it looks like they're going to oblige us, just let Pit Skulk come down. So we're up to 3 mana next turn, which means Ranker Bone Splitter on Pit Skulk. We're going to, oh no, so does this mean Angler next turn? That's not great. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I guess it can trade with Angler next turn, which is kind of sweet. If we hit our land drop, we can Groundswell it and eat it, which is kind of nice. Spell Pierce and Echoing in the main, wow. Echoing Decay, man, that would be a beating against us on certain draws. Let's see how, maybe they're stuck on 1 land. So land drop here is huge, obviously. I wouldn't mind leaving up Vines. I think once we get Skargan Pit Skulk kind of suited up, 2 on bottom with Vines, or 2 on bottom with Preordain. That's good news for us. It's time to get this clock going. Do they have Vapor Snags or anything like that? Yeah, Echoing Decay is an amazing card. All right, we found our land drop. So I think we kind of have to go all in here. So I'm going to go land, and we'll go Ranker on Pit Skulk. And Bone Splitter. It's questionable as to whether they're going to Spell Pierce. Okay. We won't pay for Spell Pierce. I wonder if they have another daze. I think we're just going to go to combat and swing for 4. +4/+4 makes this 7/5, 7/8 damage, put them down to 10. It does put it close to lethal next turn, but if they have another daze, that's a huge blowout. Because they might just go Swamp Snuff Out next turn. So I think I'm going to do it like this. I know Groundswell is going to get a lot worse. What's up, Kirk? How have you been, man? I haven't talked to you all week. I hope you're doing well. It might be a little greedy waiting, because we're only 17 lands, so waiting for another land to turn on Groundswell is probably bad news, but I'd much prefer to have protection against Snuff Out or something like that. Yeah, leaving open 2 in combat would be good for Vines next turn. But I'm getting the read that they were digging for a swamp for a removal spell. So, oh yeah, also we can just pick up a land with Querying Ranger to Groundswell. So here comes Ghastly Demise. So they're going to use 2 removal spells to get rid of Pit Skulk. Okay, no, it's just Angler. That's no big deal. Yeah, Groundswell is definitely on. Muta too, okay. So maybe we just try to go under this angler. We have to do this main phase, which is weird. So choose Pit Skulk, pick up a land, replay the land, Groundswell on Pit Skulk. So they can't block that. If they try to block with Angler, I guess we could like try to get them, but all right, go to combat, attack with Pit Skulk. And I think we might Mutagenic Growth here. Don't know why we wouldn't. So we're going to Mutagenic Growth here, sneak through some extra damage. Or wait, does that make it does Muta make it unblockable next turn? I guess Kicked Vines would do that anyway, and they're on a 2-turn clock. So maybe we should hold on to Mutagenic Growth till next turn, just in case this doesn't resolve, or we have to use it in defense of the Pit Skulk. Although I kind of feel like this is an all-in deck, and we have enough mana to do... No, we should be okay. I'm going to leave it till next turn. We can't, like, punish them that badly, and we couldn't have killed them, so I think it's worth leaving it back. All right, we'll pass the turn. Because if Pit Skulk dies, we're just in such bad shape. And honestly, just kicking a Vines on it is a pretty precarious place to be, while we're trying to protect Pit Skulk from multiple removal spells. No attacks from our opponent. Okay. They're going to pass. You got it. I mean, another pump spell would be pretty nice. This is Echoing Decay. That's pretty strange. Ooh, we draw another Vines. All right, well, I think we just go for it now. So... yeah, kick Vines on Pit Skulk, and if this resolves, we should have it. I guess I could have another Spell Pierce, and maybe I should have hedged for that. And I know sometimes they play Dispel in the main deck. I also should have probably Query Enrangered. They're going to Echoing Decay Pit Skulk, so we will... Mutagenic Growth, Pit Skulk. Yeah, definitely should have used Query Enranger first. And we'll see if they have Snuff Out. We can beat Snuff Out here too. Yeah, all right. So cast this on Pit Skulk. Oh my god, if they have another Snuff Out. The Salt. The Unreal Salt. Oh, they can't. Okay, so we should win here. All right, we got him. Sweet. Definitely should have Query Enrangered first, but you'll live and learn. Nice, baked potatoes. Echoing Truth is in the board. Try underlining the word. Only one Spell Pierce, no Dispel main. Please don't try to fade you. I'm not fading you. I would never fade you, Dreamer's Tango. Did I miss you back there? I don't think I missed you on anything back there, right? Nothing but a G thing. You got it. Some baked potatoes. Oh, no, if I know Kirk well enough, it's probably not code. And even if it is, I think he'd be like, oh, sweet. Okay. All right, sweet. So apparently I haven't listened to Nothing But a G Thing enough recently. All right, how are we fighting this deck? So it's a Delver deck. I don't know if Gut Shot's worth it. Gut Shot kills their Delvers. I guess having 2 Gut Shots not a big deal. I feel like we just get under them pretty good. Yeah, I figured. Do you think it's worth it bringing in Relic? I think they're going to go Control, so I think we got to stay aggro, and we just have to draw well. That was a really good opener. I don't think Epic Confrontation does anything. I would even go down one. Like, when are we using this? Like, pump up a Mongrel twice and then kill an Angler with it? We're not the Control deck. We can't win by killing stuff. Yeah, no. I think that would be overboarding. I haven't been at KFC in so long. Probably But, oh no, Terry's speaking up. Terry's speaking up for... Oh, they also might have fade away. It's true. They might. Our opponent might be getting faded with us. Imagine. That'd be some pretty crazy tech. I'm pretty happy with our main board. Being on the draw is going to make it tough. I think we really got to try to draw well, like an aggro deck, and then Epic Confrontation might actually be okay, now that I'm thinking about it. But these are really our two targets for it. I guess Nettle Sentinel, it's not bad with that either. Yeah, we got to race. We got to race. I don't think I've ever been to Boston Market. I imagine that's a US thing. Oh, baby. Okay, more good openers. All right, Frusile. Let's go, man. Let's go. Days for Nettle Sentinel isn't even the end of the world because we can deploy a couple Pit Skulks next turn. They might have Shrivels and stuff. I think that's a trap. I think Shrivel against any Stompy deck is bad news. Go, Gadget, Sentinel. Will they daze? Welcome to not playing around daze.deck. Cycles Ash Barons are going to get their Black Source. So we got to be wary of that. I think I'm probably going to... I'm probably not going to cast this Rancor main phase next turn, depending on how our opponent plays. D. Yeah, so I think we can expect the Pierces. Oh man, bummer. Too bad we don't have a Muta to protect it. 4 cards in hand, though, that's pretty sweet, especially because we have Pit Skulks on board. Yeah, all right, so Pit Skulk. And I think I'm just going to run out another Pit Skulk. I could just wait. Groundswell's online. They could have Snuff. Like, I'm worried about Snuff Out. So Rancor is not worth it. I think I'm willing to get them to pick up a land drop for another Pit Skulk, especially because we're going to put Rancor on something and start getting in. Okay, so they do abate Pit Skulk number 2. So we just have to protect this with our dear lives. Hopefully they don't just have another Disfigure. It's weird to see Disfigure out of this deck, honestly. There's Augur, but that doesn't really matter. Yep. Yep. There's Vault Scourge. Okay, so make our land drop. Put a Rancor on Vault Scourge, so it's unblockable now. We don't have any way to protect it from Snuff Out, so it's pretty sketchy to just go all in on pump spells this turn. I don't know if maybe we could orchestrate a way to get Hunger working. So I think that means we go to combat, we swing, leave up Hunger and Groundswell. And then if our opponent does snuff this out, we'll leave up Hunger, the Howl Pack, instant speed so that we can Hunger up a Vault Scourge. I feel like Vault Scourge is a pretty big game against this deck too. That would have been sweet. 2 Bloodthirsted Pit Skulks there would have been bananas. Also, is Augur standard fare for this deck? I'm not used to seeing Augur. So I think we're gonna leave up Hunger the Howl Pack because our opponent is on the counterspell plan. They could also be on the Shrivel plan, which makes it pretty okay. Yeah. There's Nausea. Okay, so we're going to... They could have a Daze here. That would be pretty bad. But I guess if we get Dazed, we're like in really bad shape. So I'm going to, I guess Groundswell. Vault Scourge. But they could have Daze. They might have been holding on to it. Yeah, okay. So that's pretty bad for us. We have to draw a creature. When we do draw a creature, we'll be in good shape, but... Never walk into that Daze. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have even cast the pump spell. Land. All right, well, we'll hold on to the land. Pass the turn. And yeah, that's probably when it would have come down. I agree. And another Rancor. Okay. They probably got us now. They've killed 4 of our threats. So now they just have to find a beater of their own, which Preordains will help them with. And yeah, we could be up a Groundswell right now. I agree. All right, no threats from our opponent. That's good. Just more rankers. We're going to have one big greasy threat when we do draw one. Provided we don't get too banana sandwich on it. But if they're not doing anything right now, I'm assuming they have some kind of counter magic or removal or both. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely the case. All right, so let's Query Ranger. Well, yeah, we could have. It would have been big game if they didn't have it. I think I'm going to keep holding on to land here. Yo, yeah. Yeah, no, it is. It is distracting for sure. But it's like, I accept that. Verdict is fixed. Sweet. I accept the distraction. I don't think I would have as much fun doing this if I didn't. Like, I've run leagues just on my own, but it's pretty aggressive of our opponent. Oh, yeah. Query Ranger is about to get very aggro. Okay. Ugh. All right. So, Ranker. Let's see if they got the removal spell. They do have the removal spell. Okay. Yup. Okay, we're pretty much dead here. And I guess I'll play out the land. I think a way that we can win this is if we go creature, ranker, 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 and attack our opponent 3 times. But if they flip Delver here, that's pretty much game. No flip. All right. So there's hope yet. But they also drew a creature. Most of their creatures are pretty good. Yeah, it's like online hanging out. It is a lot better. All right, so we're significantly dead here. Pass it over. They had the answers. They had Nausea. Nausea was a huge... Nausea and Daze. The combination of these two. And then I guess the Daze on our Nettle Sentinel was pretty nuts. And now our opponent has Counterspell back up for our first threat. So we'll have a look at the top of our library, but that's almost definitely going to be it. Yep. I think I'm going to take Epic Confrontation out. It did nothing there. Or it would have done nothing there. I guess it could have like faded a blocker for a second. Riverboa would be so sweet. I wish we had more Riverboas. Like one more Riverboa. Wild Mongrel is like surprisingly good in this matchup too. But I don't know what I bring in. Like I might bring in a Relic. They don't have Chainer's Edict or anything like that. Like this is like a tempo play, I guess. And it also cycles 2 mana, maybe like find something else. But I still don't think we're interested in that. Let's just get off to a very fast start. Resolve a 1-drop before our opponent has Daze. Get some number of pump spells on it. And win the game. Well, you got a Nettle Sentinel. We've got ways to protect it. Let's go. It's sketchy, but it's a good mix. I would like one of these to be a mutagenic growth, like one of these pump spells, but we can win the game in a very, very fast way. Yeah. So, and just like the speed of our deck, like what we're trying to do, has a lot to do with us just being faster than them. Like we can't beat them in the tempo game. All right, here comes Delver. So there's mutagenic growth. That's a good draw. So we're gonna Ranker here. I don't want to get too crazy with Rankers, especially because we want to leave up Vines. So yes to that. Make it a 4/2. All right, so basically the only thing we're worried about is Snuff Out next turn. So if we commit a Ranker here, they could Daze it too. I don't really want that to happen. So we're gonna attack with Nettle Sentinel. They might have Daze back up for next turn. Yeah. No point getting in here for 6 over anything else. This could save us from Disfigure while our opponent has Daze back up or something. So we're gonna go like this. Gotta take it a little slower than I'd like. Ooh, Brainstorm. Here comes the flip. Oh yeah, and to untap. Yeah, Edict is very, very bad. Ooh, I didn't think about that. I did not think about that at all. Flip Delver into Diabolic Edict would be big beatings. Big beatings. So there's Thought Scour. There's a Black Source. Are we racing? We're racing. Yep. We're not racing. Okay. So I guess our opponent feels like fighting over Nettle Sentinel on our turn. So always yes, always yield here. And opponent's gonna fetch. And go to combat. This will be mutagenic growth for sure. Yep, paying life. Untaps Nettle Sentinel. Man, the turn off auto yield, big anti-synergy. Oh, really? That's actually pretty rad. So we'll deal 6 to our opponent. We've got 2 vines in hand and Wild Mongrel to start things again next turn. And we can protect our Nettle Sentinel to keep promoting beats to our opponent's face, at least for a second. Yeah. All right. So we will try to fade that. They might have any number of a million counter spells in hand. Spell Pierce, stays, blah, blah, blah. Opponent's going to fetch. Okay. Kind of awkward timing on the fetch. If they don't have Snuff Out or a counterspell here, no, they're going to daze. Okay. You got it. So Nettle Sentinel down, which means we'll probably resolve Wild Mongrel next turn, which isn't too bad. I think I should probably do that. All right, so we're just going to run out Wild Mongrel here. It's a little bit bigger. I don't mind pitching Aquarian Ranger to save it from a Disfigure or a Snuff Out or something, and we can try to get a Rancor with Vines back up next turn, at which point I think we're in okay shape. I think we're going to have to operate on 2 lands here, which is not good. Augur, yep. Yeah, Diabolic Edict was always good, right? There's Snuff Out. It's questionable what we pitch when our opponent casts this. When they inevitably cast this. How they preordain is actually kind of important here. It's going to give us some information about how we're going to play next turn. 1 card on bottom, 1 card on top. Okay, you got it. Delver not coming in. Okay. There's a land. No, that might have been correct. I actually think that was correct. Having 2 creatures down, probably ideal there. That was definitely just a mistake. That was definitely just me getting nervous. I was thinking, I guess, about pitching Quirion Ranger to make this black. All right, so Rancor up Mongrel, or attempt to. Yep. And I think we're going to leave up 2 mana for Kicked Vines if our opponent double blocks. And we can just win if they don't. So we'll go like this. You know all the shenanigans. You know them well. All right, so opponent's going to block like that. Yup. So we're going to try to kick a Vines here. They let it go. All right, so we get in a bunch of damage and save our creature. Seems good. Yep. They're 2/7, and we can give our creature protection from Snuff Out and stuff like that. We're okay. We're not in great shape, but we're okay. Delver, okay. 2 mana for our opponent. We can't go down cards in hand at all. So now we can protect from Edict. So we can play Quirion Ranger or attempt to. See if our opponent edicts in response. Yeah, there it is. All right, so away goes Mongrel, unfortunately. And we have to be wary of our opponent's Snuff Out now. Which means we'll probably actually have to bait it out with a Rancor. So we'll do this to play around days at least. And I imagine Snuff Out's coming down here. That means they go to 3, which is like not that bad for us. So I will Rancor up Quirion Ranger. They might be able to hardcast it next turn, so But I don't know. We're kind of in a battle of inches here. I'm gonna let it go. All right. I'm not gonna let them daze this Ranker. We have enough mana to be all right with that. Shrivel is kind of huge, but it is what it is. You can't really play around Shrivel like this. We're at 18 and our opponent's at 7 and we're a Stompy deck. So I've got hopes. Not a lot of them, but I do have hopes. There's Daze. So Daze and Snuff Out, one unknown, and Thought Scour is the unknown. So still Daze, Snuff Out, and unknown. Oh, they got rid of the Daze. Okay. You got it. So Snuff Out 3 unknowns in our opponent's hand. And what do we have here? Nausea. Yeah, okay. So we might find Groundswell for what it's worth. So I think I am going to pick up a land. As weird as that seems. Yep. Pretty good draw. Opponent's tapped out. They do have Snuff Out in hand to be aware of. Vines of the Vastwood would be nuts. Would just be insane. They're going to Snuff Out. All right. You got it. We got to find a threat, guys. 2 cards in our opponent's hand. No lands. Deck, please. 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 All right. We might hit a 2-drop that we need Daze back up for. So we'll play one more land. And is this an Augur, an Angler? Oh, they're only at 3, though. Like, some of the removals turned off. Their probes aren't very good now. We were so close, guys. We were so close. That Shrivel was just too clutch. And more Rankers that we can't use. We'll pass. So I've got to wonder, you don't get very many decision points with a deck like this. I think we played fairly optimally. There was probably a turn where we didn't get Quirion Ranger down to play around Edict when we could have, and that might have been it. It might have been that small decision to protect against Snuff Out instead of Edict that will lose us the game. And it has. All right. Woof. So turn 1, Young Wolf into turn 1, Nettle Sentinel into turn 2, Pit Skulk into Riverboa. Hopefully with a little bit of mana backup, we'll keep this. We're losing the die roll game real bad though. Ponders. All right. Could be a Daze deck. Could be pretty much anything. We'll see if they ponder. See what our opponent's ponderances are. They are shuffling. All right. Oh yeah, snapping it off. Easy snap it off. We're playing probably Tireless Tribe, either Tribe or Blitz. I know Tribe has been on snow-covereds lately, but I don't think this is a Daze deck. So we'll run out Nettle Sentinel. I mean, it could be. For all I know. Man, Sentinel Pit Skulk next turn is just like so good. We have something to defend it. I guess a blocker would suck. Our opponent is missing their land drops, which is ideal. One of the dangerous things about Cataxian Probe, I heard modern Infect players talking about how insane, like how the hardest part about Infect in modern, back when it was, I think this was like probably more than that, maybe like 3 years ago, 3 winters ago, when Infect was really crazy. They were talking about how the hardest thing about Infect was deciding when to mulligan based on how many Cataxian Probes you have in your hand. All right, so we're gonna go to combat. Opponent. They could have go fetch a swamp, get us with Snuff Out, I guess. They're on that whole thing, but we're going to play around Daze by trying to run out Nettle Sentinel. I still don't like it, but doesn't eat it, so we will run out Pit Skulk, and it looks like our opponent's F6'd. Pit Skulk comes down. We got a good board, gang. If this is red mana, next turn it will be Boa, so it's Tribe. Okay. Well, time to administer face beats, guys. We need a couple of Vines of the Vastwood, and we're going to close this thing right out. Opponent's going to probe. I got lots of information about our hand. Oh, I guess they probed, so there's no point playing around Daze, really. And that's the idea, yeah. It's like, it's the air, but it's also a way to kind of like hedge against bad draws. But it makes draw decisions a lot more difficult, too. All right, opponent's going to Augur. We can attack around that for now. Makes these Riverbows a lot worse. Makes these Young Wolves a lot better. Their Circular Logic is a 100% a Tireless Tribe deck. Don't know what the Tireless Tribe matchup's like for Stompy, honestly. Have not been there. Maybe that's what I should do with the emote. It should be this little yellow triangle with a X through it. Oh man, this turn's gonna be nuts. All right, let's hope our opponent isn't on any kind of daze variant, because we're gonna get a lot of attackers here. It's gonna combat swing with everything. And happy to have a River Boa back here to rebuild if we have to. So Young Wolf, untap the boys. Vault Scourge, because I'd rather it resolves in another Young Wolf, even if our opponent does have days. Young Wolf, boys. And Pizzy the Tizzy opponent, what do you got? Got a pretty good clock here. It'll have to be Tribe into combo, and that'll be it. Well, there's Tribe. So is it Tribe into combo or what? Mutagenic Growth. Do we win? Go to combat, swing with everything. Because we have... Oh, I guess they can counter River Boa. So the block, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll gain 1. We can gain more with Vault Scourge. All right, let's go like this. They could just have counter magic inside out in hand, but we'll untap these with our casting of our boy anyway. And they'll have to discard something to save Tireless Tribe here. So I have Circular Logic in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's bait out Circular Logic with Mutagenic Growth. Untap our boys. And if they let this resolve, they go to 1. And we gain enough life that we're at less risk of getting tribed out, but we're still at risk of getting tribed out. Opponent's gonna Circular Logic. Yep. I should have maybe left Vault Scourge back just in case they're on like Apostle's Blessing or something weird like that. But who knows? We can't pay for Circular Logic. It's okay. I'd kind of rather this River Boa resolves. Though it does make their next turn more difficult. And we'll play River Boa. Untap triggers. They shouldn't matter after next turn because we either win or we lose here. Basically. So if we see a Shadow Rift and an Inside Out, that's Scoop City. Or we F6 and allow our opponent to administer beats to our face. So we'll see if they got it. They have the mana. Of course, Shadow Rift. Man, they barely even cantripped this game. Oh no, they did. There's like Brainstorms and Ponders and Preordains. There's Gush. Oh, they got it, don't they? Inside Out. Oh my heavens. Yep. And that'll be it. Tribe. All right, cool. We're dead. It's all right. We beat Tribe pretty good last night. Sometimes it just looks like they're not doing anything. Sometimes they just like F off and draw a bunch of cards and then you kill them. This is 100% the gut shot matchup. I can guarantee that. All right, gut Tribe. Gut shot. And that's probably it. I think we take out Epic Confrontation and maybe, I guess Mutagenic Growth isn't as good because we're paying life for it. Vault Scourge is good. I guess we can kind of use it as a removal spell against Augur of Bolas if we have to do that. I don't know if like taking out another Mutagenic Growth for a relic is a good idea. I don't think fighting over Circular Logics is going to get us anywhere. I think Tribe must be good against Stompy because it kind of came up. So like Delver was really good. And then does anyone know? You still there, Proteus? How good is Tribe against Stompy? I guess you might not have a lot of data on this version of Stompy. Yeah, too slow, Merlin. I hear you, man. Too slow. Too slow. We do not want that there. But it would be nice to know what Tireless Tribe is all about. So if you guys are in there and you want to check out a deck tech for this deck, I have one right here. I break down how Patrick J built the deck, why I think they made some of the decisions they made. I realized later that it was just kind of an old deck and they kind of net deck it. It's favored? Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to have to mulligan. Tribe is favored? Yeah. This hand's really bad. We have a Root Walla. And we have a creature with Island Walk and a bunch of pump spells. All right. I've convinced myself. Let's try to scry into a land. All right, sweet. Got there. Rudy. Rudy Tooty Walla Rooney. Let's do it. It's just the way, man. Just the way it is. Things will never be the same. I should not have F6, you know? Play around Piracy Charm with Mutagenic Growth. Got a Muta in hand. Got to represent. All right, let's play this out. I think we're going to just get down Riverboa, because Riverboa is an unblockable boy. Root Walla kind of interesting tech against Aguirre. Here comes a Piracy Charm, man. Woof. Those reeds, guys. Those reeds. What a big boy. All right, so we're going to Rancor up the Riverboa. And I'm going to play Bone Splitter out here. They might have some interaction. We're going to get in for 5. Kicked Vines for next turn. There's Standard Bearer. Well, that's okay. We have Vines to protect from that. Oh, Lynx, you know, just getting tribed out like the best of them. So we'll Gutshot Standard Bearer. It's a blocker too for our Root Waller. And there's nothing we can do about Gutshot. Opponent's going to dispel our Spell Pierce, or our Gutshot. Okay, you got it. So we will Bone Splitter up the Riverboa. Go to combat. Swing, swing. How you doing, Kadoons? Welcome. Hope you're having a fantastic night. Our opponent is pretty much dead next turn. But, you know, it is what it is. That Dispel was kind of a beating. TBH. Come on, get angry. They have to block Root Walla now. Young Wolf. All right, go to combat. Swing, swing. I said go to combat, swing, swing, opponent. Like this. Put him to 1. Man, imagine if it gave him trample. We can't kick Vines because of Standard Bearer, so we'll just have to let this go. Standard Bearer dies. Ugh, if only it had first strike. I think actually having this around is probably best case. Unless they might have like Vapor Snag or something. I think it's just too risky. Oh man, I say it all the time. That is a sweet tautology. So I think we are going to trade off here in favor of keeping a Vines, play Young Wolf. Oh, you know what I didn't think about last game is that Vines can fade their combo. Did I have a Vines in hand? Did I use a Vines for something stupid last game? That's totally possible. Except when it isn't. Well, it's not a tautology then. So we got him. Opponent doesn't want to even see the top of their deck. I feel like I hecked up last game. And didn't, and might have Vines when I shouldn't have. Oh, true. True. No reason leaving up Vines, honestly. Didn't think of that. Did not think of that at all. Thank you, Nene, for reminding me how Standard Bearer works. Gets the best of us sometimes. Especially me. Hope you guys are all doing swell this Wednesday night. If you like us, you like the chat, you want to talk about Pauper, you can come hang out in our Discord. You can @ me in there. That's the best way to get in touch with me. And I didn't have Vines when I went for the combo last game. Okay, thank you, Ankylosaur. My ego needed that big time. Just got back. Seal ran it bad. Were they still on the blue-black Delver? Yeah, they were getting it. Thank you very much for the follow, Nene. I'm going to call you that. I don't know if your name's Nene, but I appreciate the follow regardless. If I'm saying that wrong, let me know, but thank you very much for helping me with the type plays. Helps a lot. You're in on that. Get in there, Dingleberry. Let's go. All right, let's fandangle him big time. Gutshot, can't lose. All right, let's go deep, guys. Let's go deep. All right, let's go. All right, hear me out. Let's go deep. Let's talk for a second. So, Gut Shot, right? Tireless Trap, right? They play, like, we're playing Stompy. We got a Gut Shot in our opener. They play stuff. I guess this kills Standard Bearer too. Never mind. It's not that bad. But, like, you can't, they'll just wait until they can counter out of your Gut Shot plan, right? Nice. Happy to see the other Discord channel. Yeah. Watch me whip. Are you the other half of the whip crew? All right, this is a tough one for me. I think Vault Scourge is really good, and I think we want Vault Scourge on the battlefield. So I think I'm gonna play Vault Scourge here. They could have Piracy Charm again, so maybe I should just go Young Wolf and then Vault Scourge, Pit Skulk next turn. But they're not gonna Piracy Charm a Young Wolf anyway. Piracy Charm's probably for Riverboa. So I actually think I am gonna take the risk here. Can't play like your opponent always has it. Stompy, how you doing, Mike, man? It's been a minute. Yeah, thank you very much for noticing. I appreciate that a lot. I'm doing it pretty quietly. I've just been kind of, hauling, trying to be subtle about it. But yeah, I have been. I've been working really hard about it, actually. Dang it, they had the Piracy Charm. Well then. Ugh, Tireless Tribe. They're going to get us, aren't they? It's going to be next turn, and they're going to get us. Welperoonies, gang. Well, at least we get this Riverboa. And then we get a pretty good turn next turn. Who lost it for us? Vault Scourge? Aguirre, yep. Doesn't really matter now. The fact that it's a creature that replaces itself is kind of problematic, but, stupid tribe. Yep. No attacks from our opponent, which is honestly kind of odd because they can't attack here. 2 Gut Shots I am very happy to have. So we will try to ranker up the Vault Scourge, or the Riverboa. Resolves. Go to combat. Island, walk our way right in there. Play another unblockable creature. Pizzy the Tizzy. Is this going to eat a Circular Logic? Nope. Brainstorm. Okay. I don't mind playing against Tireless Trap. Sometimes Tireless Trap just looks absolutely awful. They just look like the worst deck some days. I don't know what they were looking for with that Brainstorm. Maybe they got a fetch here on their upkeep. They don't. Maybe they're going to try to win. Oh, God. Please do. Just please. Come on, Antonio. Go for it. Antonio for it. Opponent, gonna pass. You got it. All right, go to combat. Attack with the boys, who are definitely back in town right now. Let's see what happens. Can't block, won't block. Boom, boom. Young Wolf. And I don't know if we leave up Vines here. This is weird. So, if we leave up Vines, we have triple insurance against the combo. We just attack our opponent for 6. And then, is triple, what do we need? So, if they hit their land drop, they have 4 mana. They would need 3 mana to combo around us, leaving them 1 mana backup to fight through our counters, or to fight through 2 Gut Shots. Leave up Vines? Well, I don't know, right? Because I think we're going to use it next turn to win the game. I think we want to get into a close fight with our opponent here. So I think even tapping out is a good idea. If you can win through 2 gut shots, you leave it up, Kazakhstan? How does Young Wolf change the math next turn? Or does it? Gives us another creature to potentially... All right, chat saying leave up Vines. I'm with you guys. I think I can believe that. I think our opponent now also can believe that, considering how long we tanked about it. But, yep. Yeah, we just gotta make sure they don't kill us. Yeah, you're right, though. Here it comes. So we do try to Vines. They're gonna gush. Okay. Yep. We do try to Vines the inside out. Or do we let the inside out go? Guys, this doesn't make any sense. Opponent's going to have a look at our hand. Okay. Sure. They want to know whether they should go for it or not. which is honestly pretty dangerous for us. But I guess if we do Vines the inside out, then we kind of lose the got 'em factor, but Journey to Nowhere. Okay. On what? Riverboa. 1 blue mana floating. Do I have Vines here? I don't, right? I let it go. We got him on a 2-turn clock with Skarg and Pit Skulk with like a whole bunch of backup. I think I let this go. Let's let it go. Yeah, I'm with you, Mike, man. Yeah, we get back Rancor. Our opponent has enough mana for a counterspell or 2 next turn. Or this turn, depending. They're not going to go all in to try to win. Oh, yeah. The bait is real. All right, our turn. Quirion Ranger. Let's run a Quirion Ranger. Because reasons. And untap, pseudo untap Pit Skulk. Yeah, so we're gonna take a little bit more time here. Rancor up Pit Skulk. Circular Logic, okay. There goes some of their protection for next turn. Yep. Pumps the tribe. We will not pay. You can't look at what? All right. Oh yeah, they always have 2 Circular Logic. All right, so we go to combat. Swing with Pit Skulk. What does swing with Young Wolf do? Nothing. So we swing like this. Oh, pseudo. Yeah, pseudocode. I've had very limited experience with the software. All right, opponent, it's your turn. If you tap out and we don't die, I'm going to kill you. Opponent is going to pass. Another tribe comes down. Okay. Curious. Find land. All right, well, we're going to try to kick a Vines and kill our opponent with a Skarg and Pit Skulk here. I think. What do you guys think? Is this kick Vines Pit Skulk time? Is that what we're doing? Yeah? Feels like it? Kick Vines Pit Skulk? It's a tough one. Very tough one. Because they're just dead. And if they're not dead right now, they're dead next turn. Go all in. Well, guys, we were totally off the all-in plan a couple turns ago. We gotta get our axe straight here. It's either kick Vines or kick rocks. Yeah. Let's smash that face. I'm inclined to believe that my opponent has a Circular Logic over there. But if we force the Circular Logic now, then there's way less of a chance that they've got us dead next turn. So let's kick a Vines on a Pit Skulk. Dispel. Gross. We're back on the all-in plan. The all-in plan is back on the table. All right, and we will play the Youngest Wolf. And pass the turn. Mm-hmm. Friggin' blue magic. I gotta pay attention here for a second, guys, because we have to gutshot something before it kills us. This might be important. What's up, Waltzmark? I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing? Oof. So there's this app for your phone that I really want to get. There's this phone app, right? You see? And it does the oof every time you drop your phone. And that just sounds so unbelievably funny to me. Like, it just sounds so good to me. All right, so we'll attack with Pit Skulk. I don't really know what's going on here. Maybe our opponent's going to pump up a tribe, like burn a... Right? I gotta get it. Like, that just sounds so funny. Attacking with more creatures there is probably a good idea. But I'm okay having blockers too. Pass turn. Sandbag of land. 2 gut shots. Opponent's at 2. We can just kill them in response. We don't even have to target the Tireless tribes. Opponent going to probe. You got it. Could have been the chance. Where are the mono-white elves? We just haven't played mono-white elves yet. I'm not saying the mono-white elves isn't going to happen. We got them! Hoorah. Hoorah. Saying it's gasoline. Keep it. Whatever cranks your tractor. Oh, opponent. I'm with you, Marilyn. You're the best, man. You know what's hilarious is that, like, so little changed when pot was legalized, because, like, as soon as I got him. As soon as the authorities knew it was going to be legal, they pretty much just, like, let it go. They were like, whatever, like, people are going to be smoking pot. We'll just, like, let it happen, I guess. And so for the last couple of years, people have just been kind of, like, working with it. And nobody was ever really, oh my God, the divest. No one was ever really that stingy about people using it in public in the first place. So, like, they'd, like, ask you to go somewhere else. But there was more, the revolution kind of happened, like, a few years ago, really. Apparently Radical Idea is a strong card. Maybe I should play Electromancer. Do you know what's funny is that Jim Davis posted a league to YouTube where he's playing Sovereign's Bite and referring to it as takes River Boa. Yikes. Playing Sovereign's Bite, and I just think that's so funny because he keeps calling it Lightning Helix, and I'm like, man, Pauper Lightning Helix, let's go. Get in with the youngest wolf, the Yunk. Any Luscious Duncan fans out there? I'm a big fan of the Super Swag Project. You guys ever hear of them? So the Super Swag Project is a hip hop collective. A few dudes in, well, actually, I shouldn't assume their genders, I guess, but few people from a hip hop collective, and they've all gone on to have incredible side projects. I don't think we're in the business of playing around Pestilence here. I think we're in the business of beating our opponent's face in until they can't take it no more. How do you even do that? How do you do that? Like, they just keep getting creatures back. There's just no... And also, my opponent has BR in their username, and they're not playing black-red. Like, I'm emotionally defended. Duress! What is this deck? Black-white card disadvantage. All right. We draw Quirion Ranger. Okay, so play Forest, go to combat attack. We're going to play River Boa. It's just better here. We're not going to play Quirion Ranger because we'll protect River Boa. Because River Boa plus Rancor is gas. Emotionally offended. How do we watch out, hover over, concede? Yeah, that's the only way. It's okay. My patriotism is unwavering. Very well-known archetype. It's so nuts, man. Jim makes it look just like uber sexy too. No, I made my land drop that turn. I made my third land drop that turn. So we could play River Boa. Because last turn we went Rancor Pit Skulk off 2 mana. And this turn we played a land and played River Boa. That doesn't let you make extra land drops. Although that would be tight. That would be tizzy. Restoplince? Well, that's not good. Guys? Guys? Doesn't matter. Sweet. Okay, so target, I don't know, river, it doesn't matter. Pick up a land, Replay a land. Go to combat. Swing with the boys. Get in there, guys. I think that was a bit of testosterone coming out. They're not just dead, but I think we'll save our Pit Skulk here. So 4, 7, 8, 9. We can put them to 4. But I think we save the Pit Skulk. And eat the Angler. Boom. Opponent at 8. Oh, Germ Daddy. Oh yeah, no, Zombie Fish is not letting anybody have a good day. Ideally, Zombie Fish is just gonna like spell it out for you. There's Pest for Pest X1, but that's not gonna do it. Pest X1 is actually actively good for us here. Opponent's gonna pass, so they're gonna do it in our combat step. Pretty wise there. What do we draw? Oh, here comes Pest. Okay. So we will regenerate Boa. And pick up a land. Stuff dies. Boa down. Get back Rancor. Draw Vines, and that'll do it. So Rancor, the Pit Skulk. Kick the Vines on the Pit Skulk. Go to combat. Boom, boom. GG. Pretty good top decks that game, though. Any hopes or dreams? Man, you know what? I'm a pretty general guy. I was talking about Wraths and stuff like that before. Like, I really wanted to see Wraths downshifted, like Pyroclasm and stuff, which I think would be fine. I think it would be okay. But now I'm just hoping for like engine cards, like really just like cool cards, and some reprints for people who are trying to buy into the format. That would be really good. Like some Battle Screeches, some Oubliettes, some things like that. But like mostly just like engines, mostly just cards that do cool things. I don't think Gleeful Sabotage is worth, do you guys? Maybe like 1. We are definitely the beatdown. No, that's what I mean. So I'm not really even talking about Wraths anymore. When I think about what I want downshifted, I want the equivalent of like those really weird like cards in like Knowledge Pool, or like something stupid that pays off underrepresented colors that can just like slog through a game being kind of bad and then win while the board is clogged up. Like there's no card in Pauper that can win through just like a massive board. You know what I mean? Like I guess Tribe kind of does it on its own, and Burn kind of does it on its own, but against interaction it's still like bad. You know what I mean? Like I kind of miss those moments of watching other formats where, you know, you're playing the long game, your opponent has this big board, you're just clinging on to life, and then all of a sudden you're like, hold up, counterspell, play your win condition, counterspell, win the game. Pyrrhemia could be sweet, yeah. Is that the one that goes infinite with the enraged creatures? Now I'm curious. Oh, cool. Man, black red 8 pest. Oh yeah, Liliana's Caress would be really cool. Would be really, really cool. So what do you guys think about sideboard here? We saw very little out of our opponent's deck. We saw Gurmag Angler. We're well aware of how that's getting taken care of. I think we lost the die roll on that one too, so we should be okay. If we don't get him here. Yeah, everybody, what are your guys' favorite downshifts? What are you looking for? I like Pyrrhemia. What's Shrieking Affliction do? I really like Liliana's Caress, too. I feel like we've talked about these cards before. Magrim. Are they similar? Oh man, we just keep drawing these awesome openers. 3 lands is not ideal where we have all these 1-drops, but we gotta draw gas, and it's just too greedy to like, you know, Young Wolf, Rancor, Pit Skulk is a pretty good start against a removal deck. That's nice. That's nice that Pyroblast and Hydroblast are on the cheap again. I remember back in the day, like when I was starting to play Pauper, that was actually my barrier to entry. Oh, it'd be sweet. Bleak Coven Vampires would be an awesome deck. Oh, look at deck. Come on, bud. That's not how we're going to win this game, pal. Play Young Wolf, potential of removal magic next turn. I think that would be like well timed on Wizard's part, because This is a weird choice. Opponent might have a disfigure here, and we do not want our Ranker to get eaten. So I think we're actually just going to go to combat, attack, play 2 1-drops. And if they do tap out to kill it, then we can Ranker up whatever gets down. So I'm going to let damage go through. 1-drop. Called black metal. You guys ever hear of doom metal before? Have you ever heard of doom metal? It's an interesting genre. There's this band called Sun O, and they just like actually, what the F? Dark Ritual. End step Dark Ritual. Oh no. What could this even mean? Oh, unmakes Young Wolf. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Is metal that's only about id software? No, maybe. What? Okay, they're gonna go get Pestilence for next turn. Yup. Well, we just gotta let them wrath our board. So we will sandbag creatures. Yeah, Suno, you got an Ankylosaur. Oh, Justice. Okay, sure. Nice. Okay, so we'll play a land. I'm just going to run it out here. So play Young Wolf. And then we can Vines plus Ranker up the Young Wolf next turn, which is a lot of damage. Justice doesn't really matter. See, no, man. See, that's weird, though, because, like, Stoner Metal, to me, is a completely different idea. Like, Stoner Metal is, like, closer to Weezer than it is to Suno. You know what I mean? Like, if you ask me. Okay, so our opponent's hand is Evankar's Justice, 2 unknowns. See what's going to happen here. They're going to go look for another card. So Evankar's Justice, and looks like our opponent's on the all Wrath plan, but I think we win here. 8, 9, 10. Oh, we're only going to deal 11. Oh, man, I love Weezer. Weezer is just like... Weezer is my life. I know, but like I think Stoner Metal is closer to Weezer than anything else. Closer to Weezer, excuse me, than Suno. Catatonia is sort of doom metal, and that's one of my favorite bands. I've never heard of them before. This is the best part about like exploring other genres. Do we win here? So Ranker this up. 4, 8, 9. Oh my god, we're off by 1? I'm so mad. Alright, well, 4, 8, right? 4, 8, 12, 13. Greasy. Wizard Rifle. Yeah, they can't. We win through a Wrath. I think I'm going to hold on to a land because we might draw a pump spell that matters. So, oof. Guys, the Roblox oof is not a doom metal album. It can be anything else that you want it to be, but it is not a doom metal album. Definitively. I think Evankar's Justice is coming here, and then I think we win. Yeah, I guess they wouldn't be able to Justice then. They could draw land. They're going to cycle. Okay, 4 cards in hand. No. Oh man, Sumac is such a good band name. Yeah, Evankar's would have killed him. They're going to dead weight on... Okay, that doesn't really matter, sure. So we'll see how they tap here. They're not going to tap at all. So they have Guardian, Evankar's Justice, 1 unknown. So they're almost definitely 100% dead. So turn comes back. There's a Pit Skulk. So we will Ranker up Young Wolf, untap Nettle Sentinel, see what our opponent's response is. Likely nothing. Go to combat, swing. This should be it. Any effects? This is the only unknown in their hand. So we will kick vines, hit our opponent for 1,000,000, and win the game. Get stomped, opponent. Boom. There goes the dynamite. Alendrazi, huh? Some tentacles on that. This isn't as good as a lot of our openers have been, but it's not that bad. I like having Mutagenic Growth in my opener. Mutagenic Growth, Young Wolf, Groundswell, like that's a pretty well-protected Young Wolf. I don't know if we lead on Quarian Ranger or not, though. I think we lead on Young Wolf, because our opponent could have turn 1 Disfigure. Master Boot Record, what is that? Oh, Terry, I can't watch that right now. I'll link me to it in the Discord. Like, DM me in Discord, and I'll definitely watch that. Oh yeah, no, it does. Like just the way Freddy was. Like some of this, even some of the stuff he said, like the way he spoke, was really inspiring. Boros Monarch, I think, probably. I don't know. There's a lot of Thraben Inspector decks out there. Play a land and play. They don't have edicts. We don't have to leave mana up here. So I'm trying to decide whether I think I want Quarian Ranger down more than I want to play a Bone Splitter or equip a Bone Splitter. And this might be able to. No, this doesn't save something from anything next turn. So honestly, Bone Splitter probably is the play. And equip. It doesn't give it trample, which kind of sucks. But it does incentivize our opponent to block, and then we get to kind of blow them out with Mutagenic Growth. Maybe we just don't cast anything. Maybe we don't cast anything. We go to combat, attack with Young Wolf, Mutagenic Growth to kill Thraben Inspector, cast Quarian Ranger, cast Bone Splitter, and move on with our lives. Or even just like let Young Wolf die. And then Bone Splitter next turn. Or yeah, maybe I'll just let Young Wolf die this time. I think I'm going to. They might not even block. Googling right now. Oh man. I love how you guys are sharing music. That's amazing. Music is a massive part of my life. I appreciate that a lot. There could have been a reason to kill this because Skyfisher is coming down next turn, but we get to attack with 2 creatures and potentially trade a Mutagenic Growth with a Skyfisher. I guess I get an extra clue, but the game should be over before too many clues matter. So I think we're in okay shape. Make him fear for what he doesn't know. That's like pretty much every game of Magic I've ever played. Just afraid of what might happen. Like too afraid of what might happen. That's actually every day. I'm starting to get heart pains thinking about it. What would you guys do? I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but if I went like catatonic on stream, like what would you guys do? Call an ambulance probably. Did you guys ever see that? Okay. There was a thread on Ask Reddit today about that like archaic piece of media that you saw when you were a kid and it like blew your mind, but then it disappeared and you can never find it again. So there was this show when I was younger that was like that for me. It was like this show where like kids rescued other kids like right in the nick of time kind of thing. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? Did anyone else see that? And anyway, in one of those shows, like a girl, oh man, I wish I could give this trample. A girl was like dying. They were like in a chat room and the guy basically like called the cops or whatever and like saved this young girl who was like dying in another country or something because they were talking on a chat room. Do you guys ever see that show? That's not like a Canada exclusive show, is it? Am I getting a little too weird here? Hopefully our opponent doesn't block. That'd be sweet. Don't block, opponent. I don't want to have to make this awkward decision as to whether I save Young Wolf next turn or something. Don't block will deal 1,000 damage, cast Skurk and Pit Skulk. I was describing one of my favorite shows when I was a kid. I would like get up at like 6 in the morning, like too early for school, and then watch this show or whatever. Beautiful. What is that? Is it just famous James Blunt song "You're Beautiful" on loop? You're beautiful. No, it wasn't Degrassi either. No, it wasn't. It was like, I don't know, man. I can't describe it any more than that. Like, it was very 90s. Like, it'd be incredibly campy now. You'd be remiss to tell anybody you even watched it. Good old-fashioned. It is old-fashioned Stompy too. We got groundswells. We got madness happening. How you doing, Maverick Girl? Glad to have you. All right, what's this gonna be? Oh, be nothing. Be nothing. Yes. Yes, we live to fight another turn. I don't know if we trigger landfall this turn or not. I think we do. They might have instant speed removal in our combat step, so we'll make our landfall trigger. A little unfortunate there. Terry, I don't know if that's insensitive or not. Is that actually a show? No, I don't. I honestly do not remember. Oh man, this is gonna be okay. I don't remember, honestly. Oof. Deal 9. Boom. No. Oh, it's a movie? Man, I've seen some weird movies. When I was hanging out with metalheads in like middle school, early high school, we would just watch like crazy like underground slasher flicks because they were cool and funny. And it's just generally a really good time for everyone involved. What is this going to be, opponent? Cycling a land. 4 cards in our Boros Monarch opponent's hand is a good place to be. Mike Man with Cannibal Holocaust on DVD. I have so many questions. Oh, there's another groundswell. That'll save our creature, but we can't kill our opponent with it this turn. Let's not talk about Serbian film, please. Anybody that makes a mistake of seeing any amount of that movie, like, I feel so bad for you. Opponent's going to let it go, so we're going to use these pump spells to protect our creatures, pretty much exclusively. Here comes a million mana strands. Okay, sure. This card's pretty good against us. Oh, what is Mandy? Laser discs! Oh, man, I know. No. Serbian, don't. Guys, stop. You're making me uncomfortable. And, like, not in the way that, like, mono white elves does. Like, like bringing up suppressed memories. All right, pass the turn. Probably going to get strands again here. And I think you just got to force it every time, right? Glint Hawk. 2 mana Glint Hawk. You got it. If we can protect this Skargan Pit Skulk, we might be okay. But I don't know about that. What do you guys know about the... Salo is an art film. Well, it was obviously like meant to be artistic, but it was still messed up and depraved in a bunch of ways that a bottle of something I probably shouldn't have been drinking couldn't deal with. How many pump spells do I use to save this Skargan Pit Skulk? That's our options here, gang. So we dump our hand. We dump our hand to save Pit Skulk. We're hellbent. Opponent has 2 cards in hand, clue on board with a blocker. How do we beat this Glinthawk if we let this resolve? We equip up Young Wolf with Bone Splitter. We hold up the... This is tough. This is one of those decisions in Pauper that could like win or lose you an entire match. Slap Brain Bleach. But I need your help here, guys. I need your help here. What do we do? This is really, really tough. It's the only amount of evasion we have, and our opponent just floods the board like crazy. That's what I'm thinking too, Marilyn. That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, they'll just like flood the board with stuff. They like draw a card. They could just have another removal spell though. And then we get 2 for 3'd. I guess we're getting 2 for 1 regardless. We're going to save the Skulk. Guys, I don't know. I really don't know. It could win us the game. Our opponent only has 2 cards in hand. 2 blasts we've already seen. It'll go up to a 5. So any other removal spell still kills it. And we'll get 3 for 2'd. Instead of 2 for 1s. But I think we need it too. I really do. All right. The gang's all in, so I'm all in too. And I think if they were going to respond with Lightning Bolt, we would have seen it there. They might respond with Lightning Bolt here. And I mean, it's bad, but okay. 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 Nice. Okay, that's a good way to get going again. So let's serve with both. If we can trade off Young Wolf with this, then that's one less blocker for Vault Scourge. Well, that might incentivize him. It'll incentivize him to Strands this turn again. It was close, guys. We still get 2-for-1s. 2-for-1. What would Jeff do? Probably tilt out and ask a chat what to do and then not take accountability for his own actions. Fino Jeff. I don't know if you've ever met him before. And they don't Strands. That's interesting. Okay. So boom, boom. Pass turn. That makes me believe they have another white creature in hand. They didn't crack their clue. Oh, that's big game. That's really big game. Really, really big game. Especially if they don't have a creature here. They have Glinthawk. Okay. So things not going too poorly for our opponent. They're not going to tap their artifact land before they bounce it either. Or maybe they're going to pick it up with Glinthawk all along. They feel like taking a turn off of mana isn't worth drawing a card. All right. You got it. Land drop. Okay, that doesn't do anything. We'll go to combat, attack with Pit Skulk. Yeah, it does. This looks a lot worse than Boros Monarch can be. I mean, they had a good opener. And they still have three virtual cards in hand. They took a turn off a little unnecessarily there, I think. But we can just keep going with this Vault Scourge. We're gonna crack, looking for a removal spell. Opponent goes to 5. Okay. Pass turn. Watch me get punished for saving this Pit Skulk. Like I can feel the punishment in my bones. The punish bones. Skulk Boy going all the way. I love Skargan Pit Skulk. This is one of those cards that like it feels like core Skyfishers and like Seeker of the Ways to me. I feel like it could just carry decks. Oh baby. Oh man. I've been that excited before. For food especially. Should have swapped the splitter and served with both. I don't know, they get to eat Pit Skulk that way. Sure, Skyfisher. Stymieing the mana base further. Put it on 4 mana. Oh, they do get a clock started here, though. Me neither, actually. There's Vile. I would attack. Maybe they're worried about a pump spell. Oof. Oh, big oof. They're going to have to Strands next turn. Oh, they have Strands, right? So this is just a real awkward position to be in. Yeah, I feel you, Maverick Girl. I can't be out here criticizing people's plays. No, they have Strands in the bin, so we can't do that. We could. That's what I'm thinking though, is that we should attack with Vault Scourge and then maybe. You were very good at being ugly. Oh man, poor username. I'm sure you're not very good at being ugly. I don't know. I hope that doesn't offend you in some way. Yeah, so we can't. The best we could do is attack with Vault Scourge and then like Vines Vault Scourge, eat one of their creatures, gain a bunch of life, or force them to Strands now to not lose their creature. At which point we're just like doing so well. We could attack with both and they might not block. That might actually be the play, because if we get in with this, if they don't strands now, they will next turn. So I actually think I'm going to do that. They're going to block. Okay. So we'll strands, or sorry, we'll vines, Vault Scourge. So either we gain a bunch of life and kill their Skyfisher, and they go to 2. All right, cool. And they've got Alchemist Vial back up for next turn, unfortunately. Oh, they just scooped. Why would you scoop there? What? What just happened? I think that Vines was a bad play. Now that I'm like looking at Vial and like potential other stuff. Oh well. Thank you for the follow. I am very good at being ugly. I'm sorry you feel that way about yourself. Hopefully we can do something to improve your opinion. I know that's like a weird thing to say, but maybe Mike, man, be nice, guys, be nice. You can criticize me, but maybe our opponent is in a weird spot. So is this like the natural? I feel like they have pretty considerable sideboard tech here. Like, look at how hateful this could be. Look at how many cards we could bring in. Like, even Relic's not that bad in this matchup. But like, what do we take out? So Riverboa's okay. Let's just have a look. Let's have a look. So Riverboa's obviously stay in. Vault Scourge is good in this matchup. Mutagenic Growth is probably not as good as it could be. That's the tough thing about Stompy too, though. Like, you have to take out non-creature spells for non-creature spells. What's up, Brittany? How you doing? But I don't think Bone Splitter's that good in this matchup. So I'll take out Bone Splitter. I like Natural State against this deck more than anything else, I think. Epic Confrontation's like cute. It would be one of these two cards. It'd be either Epic Confrontation or Scattershot Archer, and I think this is just slow. I think Scattershot Archer is for fairies. Like, if we're trying to kill Glintox with this, like, what are we actually doing? Opponent's just going to kill it while we're trying to be cute. So I think I could bring in one Natural State. I think Gleeful Sabotage is for Affinity because Affinity is crazy. I could find room for one more Natural State. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good tonight. Feeling good. This is the best I've done with a Stompy deck ever. You need your axe. Exactly, yeah. I think Natural State is what we want here. And I think Mutagenic Growth is actually worse in this matchup. Maybe it's worse than It's better than Groundswell, though. No, Groundswell can help us win it out of nowhere. So I'm going to bring in Natural State. I think even Epic Confrontation is a little bit worse, but I don't mind having one of them. I'd rather have 2 Natural States than 2 Epics. Oh man, were they just digging into you? I'm really sorry about that. I wish I was out there getting your back, the Maverick Girl. Sorry about that, man. Punks. I didn't know you were on camera. That's sick. Send me a link. I'll go retrospectively pwn the haters. What the F even is this? Oh my god. I guess they protect Nettle Sentinel from everything but Galvanic Blast. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, well, it happens. Being on camera is hard. This is a risky keep against removal.deck, but a 2/2 with a bunch of pump spells will eat the rest of their creatures. And a 2/2 into a Rancor, pretty okay. But if our opponent has the removal spell... No, I guess it's okay because we have Groundswell. So we should be okay. More lands, pretty bad. Nettle Sentinel, also B Hustle. Yeah, there you go. So I'll just do that. I'll go defend in retrospect. I feel like that's kind of sleazy too, though. Groundswell can win the game out of nowhere. This is +8. We just deal 10 next turn. Mize. Vines, eh? All right, well, Rancor up, Nettle Sentinel. This could be quick. Make our land drop next turn, cast 3 Groundswells. Gnarly. Gnarls Barkley. All right. Attack with Nettle Sentinel. Vine's backup for 2 Groundswells next turn on a trample creature is still pretty good. But we're gonna want another creature. They can win games out of nowhere. And is it time for us to sneak in 8 damage and hope our opponent doesn't have a burn spell? It's not. Pass the turn. Well, no, but I do have fear, though. Yeah, we're in magical Christmas land here, gang. Oh my god, do we just win now? +12/+12 puts it up to 16. That gained life might actually do it for them. We're not going to go down Vines. Definitely not. With the way that our opponent... Oh my god, opponent, stop making it feel like I should do it. Oh man, we're so close. Yeah, I guess we could just put them to 2. Mutagenic growth would have been nuts there. Thank you so much, Marilyn, for the bits. I really appreciate that, man. Cheers. Thank you. Guys, we can't just do that. Like, opponent is messing with you. All right, so you certainly put them to 2, but then we have no creatures on board. Guys, you're crazy. You're actually crazy. We play out Nettle Sentinel, and we leave up Vines to win the game with Rancor next turn. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. We'll attack them for 8, put them down to 10, and we have like a jillion damage worth of pump spells in hand. Yeah, me too, Kazakhstan. I like aiding, actually. So play out Nettle Sentinel. Untap Nettle Sentinel. I don't think that's the play. I think we protect our threats. I am a pretty bad Sith Lord. It's fun to do bad things. All right. Letarius Milton. Maybe I do want a Groundswell here, though, because we might not hit our land drop for next turn. So Groundswell deals 12, and that puts us in a pretty good position. So as long as they don't have removal spell, this play is okay. Groundswell, deal 1 million. Put our opponent to 6 with a 12/10 Nettle Sentinel. That could have been bigger, but we're playing conservatively. Opponent's on 4 mana. And maybe they'll tap a bunch of it. Glintock, okay. Sure. There it is! Drop that in the Discord. We'll get peep that later. Yes, it is the only thing that's swollen. We are a wholesome stream here, folks. Wholesome stream, wholesome stuff only. So they can get 4. I think we win. I'm pretty sure we win. Are they gonna tap out? Yes. All right. So we get Rancor back. Swing. No swings. Opponent at 3. Young Wolf doesn't do anything. So Rancor up the Nettle Sentinel. Representing a lot of damage. They have to double block to not die. Go to combat. And swang. 1 pump spell also saves our creature. So it's probably actually just ground. If they double block, it's Groundswell. Yeah. So if we Groundswell here, we get to keep Nettle Sentinel. They lose both of their blockers. We get to play out Young Wolf to try again next turn. So it goes up to 6/4. We'll get in 2 damage. They'll go to 4. We'll play Young Wolf. We'll have Groundswell to pump it plus Rancor. Or sorry, we'll have Vines to pump it plus Rancor. So I'm pretty okay with that. So we will at least assign properly. Assign this way. Okay. Kicked Vines here gets in 4, right? Yeah. All right, so we will Groundswell. Untap our boy. And save our boy. So opponent's going to be on 3 removal spells to kill us. Let's see if they got it. It's a swollen beating. Here come the Galv Blasts. Oh, they always have the Galv Blast. You guys remember that match a couple of weeks ago where our opponent just like Galv Blasted us a jillion times to win? Jeez, that was frustrating. Yeah, that's me, man. That's me. Wholesomely beating face with 12-12s. Furry amazing. Uh-oh, Twitch. Twitch's random link extensions getting pretty controversial over there. Alchemist Vial, okay. That can fog one creature that we can just vines, actually. As long as we... Let's set some stops here. The 5th copy of Galv Blast always gets you. Land 3 cards in hand. So our opponent has to have 3 pretty good cards in hand to win here. Yep. They have to be instant speed removal spells that can deal with these creatures. And then they have to win from 4 life. 100%. If we go to our turn and they target something with this, we're going to kick a vines on it. Ooh. All right, go to combat. That's awesome. So if they target something now, we just let it die. Or we kick vines on something. Even if they kill it in response, we can just hunger and still put them down super low. Gonna go to combat. The wholesome pop star, that's me. Attack, attack. Opponent's at 4, 3 cards in hand. They let us attack, just a little bizarre, but it's time to have a fight. Fighting time, opponent. Here we go, fighting. No effects on blocks. Oh, prismatic strands? You got me. The slowest tapping. They're on the timeout plan now. Yeah, it's probably strands. I didn't think about strands, but it doesn't, like, there's no reason to not attack with everything. All right, so our opponent's salting out big time. And it happens. I've been there. I don't think I've ever slow rolled this hard before, but Electrickeries. Yeah, sure. Young Wolf comes back. Lethal is still being presented. They have 1 mana. We have Kicked Vines on tap. No strands. This means we win, opponent. Man, Brad Neely. Who's Brad Neely? That's like, I was thinking Brad Nelson at first, and then I was like, he doesn't mean Brad Nelson. And then I was thinking Adam Neely, and I was like, he's not talking about Adam Neely. Who's that? We won! Is this, if this is Burn, if you guys can tell me definitively that we're playing against Burn, I'll keep this hand. Only if we're playing against Burn, though. And even then, actually, it's pretty bad. It's not great. We got 1 creature. We got 1,000,000 pump spells. If our opponent is on anything uninteractive, if they're on like slivers or something, then we're like living easy. If they're on Burn, it's actually kind of bad because we like turn 1 Pits or turn 1 Vault Scourge and then they kill it and we die. How am I supposed to prepare for that, Yud Volkrin? There's no way. Our opponent's already on 6. F, Mike, man. No, do not put that evil on me. Either that or Boggles. Okay. All right, you know what? We're already positive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this. And we're going to decide. We've won with hands that only have 1. No, actually, we lost that game. I'm pretty sure we lost that game. We lost the game where we only kept 1 threat. It's tough, guys. It's a tough one. It ain't easy being skirt. That didn't work. I don't know. I really don't know. Keep it. There it is. Obviously, it's Mezzle smurfing. If my opponent tanked for that long, I would definitely keep my 6. Yeah. F. All right. Well, they might not be able to kill our Vault Scourge, but they might be able to daze it. Playing around dazes for the weak, right, gang? I guess it lets us leave up Vines, too. But they could just leave up 2 blue for counter magic next turn. I don't think this situation gets any better, so let's go. Daze? Oh, they didn't daze. All right, no Mountain Lightning Bolt, please. Easy Mull. Where were you a couple of seconds ago? Oh, is this... So Gush, 2 Thought Scours, hit the bin. So this is either Milver or Blue-Black Delver. Calling it now. Or like some nonsense. Opponent's missing their land drops, which is sweet. So probably Blue-Black, yeah. There's the proof. So if they let us untap, we can leave up Vines for the rest of our lives. Can't play around days with those Vines. So maybe it's not Ranker time yet. If it's not Ranker time now, I don't know when it's Ranker time. So we're gonna say it's Ranker time. Ranker gets down. We're gonna go to combat. We'll leave up Vines. Oh, true though. Yeah, you're right though. Is this when we find the Daze? I think if opponent had Daze, they would have gone Snuff Out and then Dazed what we used to protect it with. Oh no, they can't snuff this out. You're right. You're right. Thank you, E-Hustle. Thank you. There was going to be a series of incredibly loose plays following that. So yeah, no reason to leave up Vines. Let's get a Nettle Sentinel not dazed. All right, cool. Better that than a Ranker. If it was the combo, yeah, the combo version, man, that crazy like Conjurer's Bauble, the Conjurer's Bauble edition, Disfigure, heck, guys, heck, the one removal spell in their deck that kills this. Weak play. weak play. All right, threats, not a threat. We're dead. Yeah, you play Agony Warp too, don't you, Double X? I'm thinking of the list that I played where if your opponent played a black creature, you were just dead. Yep. I'm going to play this so that if we do draw 2-drop, we can protect it with Vines. Cut your Agony Warp. Blue-Black Delver, my nemesis. Apparently. All these Vines looking so good in my hand. All these lands looking even better in my hand. I guess I'd rather play this and discard a hand size. We have Groundswell in hand, though. I don't know, gang. You play Echoing Decay now. I think somebody said that. So it's come to this. Oh, man. Yeah. Do something about my opponent, Terry. Yeah, I don't know. I'm tanking onto as to whether I should play this land or not. I don't think I do. We can worry about that next turn. But if they flip this Delver, there won't be much to worry about anymore. F6. No mono green counter magic. Oh, hard counter? Yep. This is nothing like the list I used to play. I gotta do my homework, guys. Take 1 week off from looking at deck lists. Just get... And I even did look at deck lists. I'm still feeling way behind. Alright, the worst Pit Skulk in the universe. We can't fight counter spells anyway. What if we had a creature that we wanted them to counter, what would it be? Probably Pit Skulk not turned on. So run out Pit Skulk, here comes counter spell. Oh. They let it go, which is kind of weird. So we're leaving up Vines and Vines. Yep, gets in for 3. Because we can beat, with our Vines, we can beat Counterspell and Daze. So we can kind of leverage like 1 mana a turn here. So Ranker up Pit Skulk. They're going to counter. Sure. Play a land. Ranker up Pit Skulk. I actually don't think I do. So what I'm thinking is going to happen here is they're going to... I think they're going to try to cast a removal spell on this, and I'm going to kick a Vines and then try to Epic Confrontation the Delver. So I'm going to go to combat and attack. Opponent does nothing. All right. So real awkward post-combat Rancor here. Because I know they don't have Counterspell anymore, so we shouldn't have to play around Counter Magic against Daze. We're going to Snuff out. Okay. So unkicked Vines. They're going to Brainstorm. Okay. No respect for the Skulk. The Skulk has gone all the way so many times. That was a pretty interesting little set of things that happened there. No one drops to like back it up or anything, so I think we're just going to pass. Yeah. Leave up Vines with Daze back up, I guess. Pretty happy that our opponent forward themselves there. Cantrips, Probe. All right. This has been a tough matchup for me so far. What do you think, Double X? How's the Stompy matchup? Got any secret sauce for me so that I can play tight? Find a way to Epic Confrontation this Delver? Man, Probe's a good card. So here comes maybe Removal Spell with Counterspell backup. I have no idea why they wouldn't do that. Oh, Gurmag Angler. Okay, sure. One card in our opponent's hand. So their plan is probably to just not block Pit Skulk. Yep. They must have a removal spell in hand. You would advise drawing 4 copies of Vines every game. I believe you. All right, our turn. Young Wolf. Groundswell puts this up to a 5-4. Epic Confrontation puts it up to a 5-6. And then we have Vines to fight through anything. So I actually think we're going to go for it. So Groundswell. That is a big old fish. We're going to try to do something about it, though. And if they let Epic Confrontation go, then they can't defend against Vines. Unless they have... Yeah, so if they... Yeah. They can defend against Vines if they let it go. But if they respond here... Oh my god, did I just mess up? I just messed up. Yep, the math didn't work. The math didn't work, guys. Somebody punt me. Somebody punt me big time. Oh, the delay. Yep. Okay. All right. Good enough. Here comes the counterspell for our other threat. Do I shame scoop or what? Our opponent is hellbent, but that was so stupid. That was so dumb. They had us regardless, but that was so dumb. Math is hard. Well, they have one card in hand now. Could be anything. Could be a Gurmag Angler. I hope we draw anything useful. Nope. I don't... Maybe that wasn't. Maybe like that was secretly the thing I was supposed to do. Could have been a boat. Yeah, I'm definitely dead now. Especially with double Delver on board. What do we talk about, guys? We were just going to come in here and punt away the last match because we're already positive, so... Just less chances than we had last turn. Yeah, absolutely. Mutagenic Growth, and I'm going to scoop here. What would we have drawn? Nothing useful. Okay, blue-black. We've seen this matchup a couple of times now. Might take Epic Confrontation out just so that I don't mess up the math again. Gutshot's still bad. I don't know. I think Relic's just too slow. I think maybe we do want to keep this in. Whew. I mean, they were down an angler. You want the epics? What do you think, Double X? You be unhappy to see epics? To kill their creatures? You guys are on the epic plan. Okay, well, what are we getting rid of then? What are we taking out? Hunger? No, they kill stuff all the time. Yeah, Relic is definitely way too slow. Thank you for sticking with me through the potential punts. I appreciate that. If you guys are enjoying the stream tonight, you want to check out a deck tech for this deck, here it is, right here. It shows how I know nothing about it. If you want to come hang out in the Discord, we got a Discord. It's right here. Come hang out in the Discord. If you at me there, that's the best way to get in touch with me. I wrote an article tonight on Reddit for my stream last night, so if you want to read my articles, they're right there. Double X would bring in Relic? For what? Bone Splitter doesn't help us trade up that. I don't like Bone Splitter. Getting Bone Splitter out of here. So you think Relic is better than Epic Confrontation? Where's Lynx at? Lynx, you in here? You're a blue-black player. Yeah, it's like a tempo play, right? Mutagenic doesn't save our stuff from anything that they do. Nah, Disfigure. Disfigure. Groundswell is probably worse than something else, too. And if they're going to be the things that kill me, then I'm going to take out a Groundswell for an Epic Confrontation. Yeah. I'm willing to go down one more. You guys are both off the Groundswells? Okay. Well, better players than myself are off the Groundswells, so we'll do that. We'll bring in Epic Confrontations. We'll bring in Gut Shots. And let's try it like that. You wouldn't bring in Gut Shots? Relic? Relic? And I guess we just bring in one more Bone Splitter. They kill our stuff. I guess it gives us recursive value. All right. We're on the play. With a real bad hand. Mulligan. If you guys could, I'm not going to play it because like I could get copy struck and everything like that. But if you could all just personally at home right now, just look up Photograph by Nickelback. Play it kind of loudly as long as you're in a safe place where no one will judge you for listening to the waxings of the fantastic Canadian export Nickelback. And just go ahead and why don't you just run the first 50 seconds of that one for me, and we'll just go ahead and call it a night. Young Wolves aren't that bad. Young Wolves aren't that bad. We can try it. We can try it. Let's go. Oh, even this hand's really bad. This hand's worse than a no-lander. Yep. Play land. Flare Anchor. On Young Wolf. The 3-2 dream is alive. We're not playing into days here. Having Young Wolf stick is pretty good. So we're not going to play into days. We're going to wait till next turn to cast the other Young Wolf. Our opponent's on a 7 card hand against 3 lands, 2 Young Wolves, and a Anchor. Flipping a Ghastly Demise. Sincerely the odds. Nice Ghastly Demise you got there, opponent. Yeah, and Blind Flip. Is it because I said something about Nickelback, Moto? Like, I'm sorry. I know it was a crapshoot bringing up Nickelback. I thought maybe, Moto, that Nickelback might be your favorite band, and that might swing the odds in my favor. Yeah. Yeah. Look at this graph. Just me and my wolves. Just me. Me and my wolves. We had to have an Any New Whelp moment tonight. It would not be the Any New Province stream. We just drew perfect openers. We drew a few real good openers, you know, in our life here today. So I'm willing to concede that. Opponent getting the Rancor off the table. They don't like Rancor at all. Let's do it this way. Pass the tizzy. I really, really foresaw Snuff Out happening there, and it just didn't. That was weird. Definitely not. You know what, though? I read an article about Nickelback that said, I think somebody went to like a Creed concert and a Nickelback concert, and there were two very different crowds. Like, they said the Creed crowd was like more diehard, like Creed fan people. Like they had a lot of their merch and stuff, and they were like really like they knew all the words to the songs. They were really into it. It was like a very emotional moment. But like the Nickelback guys that came out, they were like rockers, and they were also really into Nickelback and knew all the words and stuff. But they were like less fanboy-y, I guess. Had less of their merch. I don't know if it's like a signaling thing or what, but right? Yeah, that like what did they have that song? Bullets. That was a good song. I like that song. Here goes the young wolf. Disfigure. Okay. Ghastly Demise, Brainstorm in hand. Then they made a second album. That happens with me a lot. And third. Whatever. We dead yet? Why did I play that land? Anyway. It's okay, guys. It's okay. We're at 14 life. We got this. We got 2 wolves. One of them's really mad. It's got a rancor on it. What is rancor depicting? Real mad guy. Just a mad tree person. Yep. I don't know. Maybe they'll flood out. It'll be okay. We'll live. Look at this graph. That's happened to me with a couple bands too. It's weird. Like, so when you guys are listening to bands or like some of your favorite groups and they put out a new record, do you like feel obliged to try to like it? Like I'll continuously come back and try to convince myself that I like the second or third record that I thought I didn't like at first. I'll be like, you know what? I owe these guys at least another shot, or these girls at least another shot. I'm going to come back, have a look at record number, 2, 3, and 4 or whatever. Do you guys ever do that? Is that a weird thing to do? It's like I owe them or something. We're going to see the ghastliest of demises here. Ghastly, ghast. Let's get some hype going. What are some of my favorite bands? So right now, Royal Bangs, Snooze. This rapper called Milo is definitely way up there. And what else? Like there's a lot of bands right now. Let me have a quick look. Let me see. The Mars Volta is just always in the top 5. So let's get the Mars Volta in there while thinking about it. I've been listening to a lot of Igloo Ghost lately. Igloo Ghost is really good. Great Grandpa is a really good band for all those great grandpas out there. Bill Evans, if you're into jazz. I mean, getting back into Brand New, it's kind of controversial. I know, like, Brand New, like what Jesse did and everything like that was really sketchy, but man, they had some good tunes. The Mars Volta is like, every once in a while I come back to them. Last week I was listening to them and like, they just had this song. It's like, or they have this song. It's just 4 minutes of noise. And then it comes into a bongo solo. Like the world is ending. Like it's amazing. Like you're like listening to this noise kind of or whatever. And then it like builds up and builds up and builds up. And you're like, this is going to get nuts. And it's like, they're amazing. Honestly, they really are phenomenal. Just trudge through any of the Spanish language you don't want to listen to. Opponent not gushing. I guess they're gonna wait till they can make their line drop with it. There's small margins that they could lose this game, but those margins are narrowing by the second. So we'll go to combat attack. I've seen a Ghastly Demise now. I've heard of Greta Van Fleet, just never been initiated. Saga? Never heard of them. You guys, we gotta get in the Discord right now. Start posting your favorite bands. We have a music section of the Discord. Get in there. I'm not active enough with it as it is, but opponent gushing on their turn for the rub-ins. I don't know, man. The Widow is a really good song, though. The guitar solo on that, I think there's 2. I think Omar does a solo on it, and I think John Frusciante from the Red Hot Chili Peppers also has a solo on that track. It is not time to rank. I think our opponent has an edict in hand. What's this? Dispel. I don't know. Amigo the Devil. I've never heard of them. I would love to listen to your nonsense, man. I am beyond open-minded. So this is obviously going to go really badly for us. But if we kick Vines here, and our opponent counters it, they still get to edict us. If they don't counter it, yeah. I think the best universe is the one where this resolves. So let's live in that universe for a second. Dispel. I just need you guys to know that I was calling shots that whole time. So here we go. We're going to equip up Young Wolf with this. In response, they're going to snuff it out, and then we're going to proceed to scoop phase. Sometimes I do. Let me try to think of an example of like actual screen. No, yeah, man. Like I've got one. Great Grandpa has this song called No. You can double daze me. Oh, please. Please, Daddy. Double daze Daddy. Let's go. I didn't play this land. Yeah, so Great Grandpa off their new record, they have a song called No, and like she just starts giving her at one point. She starts like screaming. What phrase? Daze me, Daddy. Double days, yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes you just have 2 dazes. If we top deck Vines and our opponent doesn't have a counterspell or removal spell, we might win. Come on, opponent! We had the read and everything. Welp. We're gonna let him kill us. Let the glory go down. But that's it. Like, sometimes you mulligan to 5, sometimes you punt away at game 1. Although I don't know how deep that punt was. Now that I'm rethinking it, we're gonna have the proudest root wall on the heckin' planet, though. Pump and scoop. Hey, we did it.